These aren't candles. Well, that's a new decoration on the piano. It's a carrot labra. Okay, let me recover a second. I know you're probably thinking, what's up, Doc, right? Okay. The next section I'm going to talk about, and you have a handout on this, it's the what I call the 4 components of health. Now, I can't take credit for actually inventing this mnemonic I use here called CARE, C-A-R-E, which stands for circulation, assimilation, relaxation, and elimination. But I'm hoping that everybody here is relaxing tonight, and that's why I play some slow ones too. I was actually relaxing in the first part of that piece too, so I relax when I play. I want to just go over some highlights on this section. Now, I didn't make this up. It was actually Dr. Harold Riley, a book that he wrote. He was one of Bob Hope's past physicians. And so the 4 components of health, I'm going to actually do them out of order. Health begins in the intestines, as many of you know, with digestion and with assimilation. Digestive enzymes are necessary for some people, but the best way to improve your digestion is to eat foods that aren't so overcooked or canned. That way the enzymes in the food help digest the food. But some patients, as you know, need hydrochloric acid and enzymes, and they benefit, especially when you're older. Now, assimilation and elimination are in balance. Many people overeat, but they don't eliminate the toxins from the food that they eat well enough. That's why periodic fasting is actually beneficial. Now, I never recommend just straight fasting, just water, because you reabsorb poisons from the bowel. So my favorite way to eliminate is the apple diet. And because the apple pectin binds poisons, and then it carries them out of the bowel. I've seen many conditions improve with that. I've seen eczema. Back in my residency, one of my memorable cases was a young woman who had severe eczema. And when she came back in the next week for her follow-up, I didn't recognize that I ever saw her before because her eczema was on her face and all over, and she looked so much better after doing the apple diet. Now, when you do the apple diet, you want to make sure that your bowels are moving well, and some patients go so far to get colonics or colon hydrotherapy. If you just take some magnesium oxide, that'll actually help with the elimination process. So it's a simple fast. Now, on TV, you see all these products they're selling to clean people out, like dual action cleanse. And he's on all the time, as you see him on infomercials. And there's many other products like that. They're basically a mixture of fiber, such as psyllium husks, and a bunch of herbs that supposedly help the kidneys detoxify and the liver detoxify. The simple apple diet, again, I like simplicity, is really sufficient. If you take olive oil at bedtime, that works on the liver, same as taking some herbs to make the liver dump bile. And then the bile binds to the apple pectin, and then you clear it from your system. So thin people can't fast as long, maybe just a half a day. I mean, I'm like a rabbit. I have to eat all the time. Well, we know that. Fasting can help many conditions, but don't overdo it. I have people who come in and say they fasted for a week. I think that's too much, fasting for a week. Part of elimination is drinking lots of water, and also exercise helps your body. It helps the circulation, which actually helps the body eliminate and assimilate. So I don't have time to go through the whole handout, but exercise I recommend. Then under circulation, I talk about the different circulatory systems in the body, and there's more than just blood vessels that need to circulate blood. Your nervous system is maybe even more important because it actually controls your blood vessels. The unconscious or involuntary nervous system, which is the sympathetic and the parasympathetic, control your blood vessels. See, right now I'm a little worked up, so my sympathetics are up and my parasympathetics are down, so I probably shouldn't sit here and eat the whole carrot. But before you eat, you want to settle your nerves down so the sympathetics die down, which is a fight or flight, and the parasympathetics increase. That was hard to do as a resident when I was working 100 hours a week, so I had a hard time actually then finding time to eat, as most residents do, and to actually settle your body down so you can assimilate. And I talk here about, for wives that might, was that actually under assimilation? I'm sorry, I'm out of order. Something came to mind, but I'll move ahead. Now, part of circulation also I emphasize is yoga. When I took my break, I just did some stretching back there to limber my spine up, to help the nerves to my arms, and my spine affects how I play the piano. So I do some yoga exercises that certainly help the control I have over my upper extremities. I encourage patients to hang either from their hands, which helps separate the discs in the upper spine. They can put a chin-up bar in, because many people as they get older, they hunch over. And we're the only bipedal or two-legged animal that does not hang from anything. Your monkeys and apes and orangutans, they're hanging all the time. So we have a vertical spine. So as we get older, we all become 2 inches or an inch shorter, and we think that's normal. Well, it's not necessary. A new device that's very popular, many of you probably have it, is an inversion table, which hangs you upside down by your feet. Now, when you're older, you must be careful using an inversion table. You should increase your time gradually or just be at a 45-degree angle. I have some patients in their mid-70s who weigh over 200 pounds who do that, and it helps their collapsed discs and spinal stenosis. I've had patients who were scheduled for having surgery on their back due to pressure on a nerve, and by doing an inversion table, they were able to relieve their sciatica. So consider doing some kind of flexibility exercising like yoga, emphasizing extending the spine because we all get hunched over. I have some women who have severe osteoporosis and they're hunched over, and I just say, have a rope or something or a bar and just kind of lean on that, trying to extend the spine, or at the side of your bed, you can just put your arms up on the side of the bed and be on your knees and try to extend your upper spine. And that'll improve circulation to the scalp. Many people who are dizzy and woozy, it really comes from the spine. So the last thing on the circulation, or on the care handout, would be the relaxation section. And I talk about relaxation therapy, such as the relaxation response, which is a term coined by Dr. Benson from Harvard, who's done research into meditation. But he calls it the relaxation response. And he's shown many health benefits, and he has a website that's listed here as well. There's many benefits to a deeply relaxed state. Walking is also very relaxing. My nickname for walking is attitude therapy, because when you walk, not only does it improve your breathing and your assimilation of oxygen, your elimination of waste and carbon dioxide, and improves lymphatic venous drainage from your tissue so you get better elimination. But it also is good for your mind. It seems to clear negative thought patterns. You might come up with some creative ideas. You might view life differently after taking a walk. And so I know that it helps me, taking a walk, so I call it attitude therapy. So at the end of the relaxation section, there's a message there really to myself. Work as well as you play, play as well as you work. So in today's high-paced culture, we need to take time to slow down and relax. And that's what I hope you're doing out there tonight. So the next piece is going to be another relaxing piece. It's going to be Chopin's Nocturne in B. And I believe this piece I play over here, actually, on the digital keyboard. I brought this along as an example of integrated medicine. We're playing Chopin, which is an old philosophy of music, an old type of music, romantic period. And I'm integrating it with a digital keyboard. And there'll be some sounds that this piano cannot make. I still prefer this piano, but on this particular piece, it sounds lovely coming through the PA system. So please enjoy Nocturne B.